I'm honestly a little hesitant to even mention this because I kind of want to draw attention to it, but I have seen mention of it around the internet and I feel like it might gain steam, so let's dive in. You might start to hear news about a new autism study that links vaccines to autism and says that vaccines are one of the determinants. It's not a study, it's a self-published report from the McCullough Foundation. It's not peer-reviewed, and one of the interesting things that jumped out at me right away was the list of authors. Let's take a look. My goodness, who is this? It's our good old friend, Andy Wakefield. Now, if you don't know who this is, or you just need a quick refresher, Andrew Wakefield is largely responsible for the anti-vaccine movement. In 1998, he published a paper that claimed to show a connection between the MMR vaccine and autism. But over the years, there were multiple investigations done on this, and it turned out that he manipulated and falsified data. He failed to disclose conflicts of interest. For example, he was being paid by lawyers that were intending to sue vaccine manufacturers, and he didn't disclose that he himself had filed a patent for a measles vaccine. Aside from all of that, the study itself was also found to be unethical. He performed unnecessary procedures on the children in this study. Things like colonoscopies and lumbar punctures on developmentally delayed children where there really was no indication that those tests needed to be done. He also lied about the paper receiving ethics approval. In his paper, he claimed that the hospital's review board had given him the go-ahead, but that was later found to be untrue. He recruited the children for this study through anti-MMR campaigners, and allegedly at his son's birthday party, he even paid the children that attended £5 each for blood samples. So, as you probably know, the Lancet did eventually retract that paper. Andrew Wakefield had his medical license revoked, blah, blah, blah. And yet here he is, still contributing to and still trying to profit off of the anti-vaccine movement. And the other big name on this paper is Peter McCullough himself. This is his foundation that self-published this report. It's not been peer-reviewed. If you're not familiar with Peter McCullough, he was an internal medicine doctor and cardiologist. He became a little bit more widely known in the earlier days of the COVID-19 pandemic for making some kind of wild claims. For example, early in the pandemic, he recommended using hydroxychloroquine to treat mild cases, and then later on became really outspoken against the COVID vaccines. This all culminated eventually in the American Board of Internal Medicine revoking his board certification. In news that will probably shock no one, McCullough is listed as the Chief Science Officer for the Wellness Company, which is a company that sells, you guessed it, supplements, including one called Ultimate Spike Detox. So as I said, I don't really want to draw more attention to it than I have to, but I did want to point out that no, it's not a peer-reviewed study, and it comes from a very sus organization and has some very sus authors. Take from that what you want. Like and share for more like this. Bye!